Hey everyone. So it's like day 5 or so of staying home, and I put makeup on just for you guys today so that I could film this video. And I just wanted to get on here, and I've been doing this series on understanding your hormones. And I know there's a lot of other topics that I can talk about right now, but I want to continue with this series because I think that it is really important because a lot of the things that we're going through right now in our lives can really have an effect on our hormones. So today I'm going to be talking about cortisol. Okay, so the last few weeks I've touched on, if you haven't watched any of the other videos, I've talked about estrogen, progesterone, thyroid, and this week is going to be cortisol. So cortisol is our stress hormone, okay? It's our fight or flight hormone. It's a hormone that can definitely benefit us when we need it. But what happens is when we are under chronic stress and our body is constantly producing too much cortisol, we can start to run into some issues. So right now, a lot of us are probably just experiencing some acute stress, right? We don't know where our economy is going. We don't know when our kids are going back to school. We just don't know if a loved one is going to get sick or even worse, die. I mean, it's just really, unsettling times. So a lot of us are feeling stress, okay? But a lot of us have been under stress for quite some time. Either we've had very stressful jobs, or maybe we've have loved ones who are sick. We're taking care of parents, or maybe we are going through a divorce, or just in an unhappy marriage, or anything that brings a lot of stress on. This chronic stress can really play on your adrenals. Okay. So one of the things that happens is when our adrenals, when our body is constantly producing cortisol, our adrenals will finally just kind of give out. And that's when we start to see symptoms of adrenal fatigue. Some of those symptoms would be weight gain, okay? It can also be weight loss. So sometimes in the beginning, when we're producing a lot of that cortisol, we'll start to have weight gain, especially around the stomach area. But sometimes when people are in extreme adrenal failure or extreme adrenal fatigue, they will actually start to lose weight suddenly. So that is one sign. Fatigue is a major one. So if you are having difficulties waking up in the morning, you're just dragging, you can barely get yourself out of bed, or at night you're having difficulties falling asleep, like you're tired, but you just still feel like wired. Those can all be signs of adrenal issues. Or if you're having like wake ups in the middle of the night, like you can get to sleep, but you're waking up somewhere between 1 or 4 in the morning, that can be a sign that your cortisol levels are not working properly. Or also, you could have that afternoon crash. So, somewhere between like 2 to 5, you're just crashing and you feel like you need caffeine or sugar or something like that just to keep going. Some other signs of adrenal issues would be digestive issues, cravings of like salty foods or high sugar foods. If you feel like you constantly need caffeine, like you can't even get going in the morning without that. If you are having issues with like you're just very emotional, like you just are crying very easily, or you're very, very quick to anger, those are all can all be attributed to some type of adrenal issues. Also, if you are just having like an inability to handle stress, like you just all of us get a little bit upset during stressful times. But if you just are having total meltdowns, you can't control your anger and those kind of things, that can be a sign that you're having adrenal issues. So here are some of the major problems with letting adrenal issues continue and not doing anything about it. Okay, especially for us women, that are in the over 40 that are going through a period of time where we are already having some diminishing levels of hormones because we're going through perimenopause or menopause. Issues with your adrenals are going to only exacerbate those symptoms that you're already having. It is going to lower your levels of your hormones, especially your progesterone hormone, because what happens, and I've explained this before in other videos, is as we get older, our ovaries are starting to shut down. Our adrenals become responsible for producing a lot of our hormones. So if our adrenals are just shot and they cannot produce enough of those hormones, like your progesterone, you will start to have some, signs of also low progesterone. Then what happens with that is normally our progesterone and our estrogen get out of balance. You start having some signs of estrogen dominance. All of these things can then lead to a lower acting thyroid or hypothyroidism. So if you want to know more about that, watch last week's video. So you can see why we don't want to just let something like this go, okay? Usually when there are hormonal imbalances, there are root causes for those hormonal imbalances, okay? Cortisol or adrenal fatigues is one of the major root causes of hormonal imbalances. So you definitely need to learn to manage your stress so that you can help to work to heal your hormones. This can be difficult because, of course, we can't get rid of stress in our life. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anybody out there that lives a life that is free of stress. But we can learn ways to manage our stress. And some of those ways would be just how reactive we are to things, instead of just flying off the handle on things, taking an approach where we are a little bit more logical in our thinking and, trying to work towards problem solving instead of freaking out. Also learning to meditate, learning to breathe. Those are all types of things that can help us manage stress more. Other things are removing things that are causing extra stress in our life. So, if you are somebody who is just doing a lot of really intensive exercise, if you are already suffering from adrenal issues, you may want to tone that down a little bit and allow your adrenals to heal. You also may want to consider not doing things to the body that cause more stress, like eating, poor foods, a poor diet, going too long on fasting. There can be benefits to intermittent fasting, but not for everyone. People suffering from adrenal issues don't do as well with fasting. So there's a lot of different things that we can change in our lifestyle that can help to improve our adrenals. I go through a whole set of protocols with my clients on how to reverse adrenal fatigue. I give you a change of diet, a change of lifestyle. I give you a regimen of supplements to take in order to heal your adrenals on their own. We can do lab testing to check and see, if you are indeed suffering from some adrenal issues, or we can go simply off your symptoms and assume that you are and work with that. So I think right now it's very important that if we have the extra time, that we take this time to heal and we do what we need to do to take care of ourselves. I would love to help you out. I know doctors are so overloaded right now that getting lab tests and getting support for any hormonal issues is going to be very difficult. So think about turning to someone like myself who specializes in hormones, who can get those lab tests run for you, who can help you, naturally repair what you have going on so that you can begin to feel better. So if you need any help with this, as always, feel free to reach out to me. You can click on the link in my bio. You can schedule a consultation call, and we will go over exactly what we need to do in order to get you all fixed up. So I hope you guys have a great day. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.